Okay, hello. I am here to give you a little bit of information on a very, very fine rifle. It was used by the Czech military. They basically, since they were in the Soviet bloc nations, had to use one of the rifles of that era, which was, of course, the AK-47. And they decided they wanted a firearm that was a little more them, and they didn't want to go with the AK-47. They designed a gun similar to it in looks, pretty much only, and that's about it in the similarity department. But it does chamber the 7.62 by 39 millimeter round that was prevalent in the Soviet bloc. You know, that's the round they used. Just like NATO, you know, is the 5.56. The Soviets at that time used the 7.62 by 39, which is an intermediate cartridge. It's not a rifle cartridge or a pistol cartridge, somewhere in between. But back to the VZ58. This is not a SA VZ58, which was made by CZ, which was a firearms manufacturer out of the Czech Republic, and they make outstanding firearms. I think they're some of the best European firearms ever manufactured. But this one here is actually one from Century Arms. It is an exact clone. They actually use a lot of parts from the CZ company, but a lot of parts they can't, because since it is made in the United States and because of some of the regulations, they have to use a lot of American-made parts. And like the receiver is milled here in the United States. It's got I'm pretty sure it's a U.S. barrel. The Century Arms is not exactly as, I think, well made in, say, aesthetics or quality as the CZ, but outstanding rifle. I mean, I fired several hundred rounds through this thing already, and I failed to get it to not fire. Back to the rifle. This is the Century Arms VZ2008, which is, like I said, a direct copy of the CZ58, SAVZ58, which was made by CZ. And the difference between this and the AK-47 is a lot. It's more ergonomic, much lighter. This gun only weighs around 6 pounds unloaded. The safety on it is, I think, perfect. It could be ambidextrous. That would really be right on par with the firearms that are on the market today, and I think it would be much easier to use. But still, with that big safety that's on the AK-47, and it being as stiff as it is sometimes, it was very hard to activate and to put on safety and take off safety. This one, on the other hand, is a quick swipe down is on safe, and a quick pull up is on fire. Very easy to use. Another difference, this has a last round hold open for the bolt carry group. On the last round, the magazine, which is a proprietary magazine to this firearm, this will not take AK-47 magazines, but this magazine is made a little differently. It's got the part on the follower which pushes up on a bolt hold open device built into the rifle. The other difference between this and an AK-47 is in the gas system. The AK-47 has a gas tube connected to the bolt carrier that goes, it rides into the gas tube, which is called a long stroke system. This is a short stroke system, whereas gas is bled off into the into the gas tube here. It pushes back on the piston about a ½ inch or so, which pushes back on the bolt carrier, unlocks it, allows it to go back and then strip another round forward on its forward run. But I think I like this design better than the AK-47. I know I have a lot of people out there that would argue with me that the AK's system is much better, more robust, more reliable. And it may be, but I like this system. Maybe it's just my preference. But to take this gun down, it's a little different from the AK-47. Instead of having a little button in the back, you have this little bar, and of course you want to make sure the gun is unloaded before you do any of that, and it is. You've got this little crossbar here. You pull it out. You push up on the receiver cover a little bit. First you have to release the striker or the firing pin in it. So you fire it. Yeah, there we go. Push the bolt out, push it forward slightly, up and off. Now you want to hold the bolt. Pulling this out, you'll pull the springs out with it, which is the return spring and the striker spring. It's all attached to the cover. Now you want to pull the bolt back all the way and lift it off, just like the AK-47. And the bolt and the carrier come out in one piece, and the striker comes out with it. Then on the gas tube cover or the piston cover, you saw me pop that pin out. You just pop the pin out, pull up and off, take the gas piston, push down, and then pull it out. And then there's a spring attached to it. And that's all further you want to take this down, unless you know what you're doing and you have the tools, because the rest of it requires popping some, or drifting out some pins and some other stuff. But that's all you need to take it down for cleaning. Put it back together as in reverse order. Spring, piston, pop it in, bolt. You want to make sure your bolt is in the forward position. Line up your grooves, push down fully, slide forward. Now the striker has to go forward. So you push in on the striker, pull the trigger, pushes the striker forward. Now this is the hard part. You got to get these two springs in here. So you want to start with your recoil spring or return spring, pushing it in slightly. At the same time, you want to guide in your striker spring. There we go. That was fairly simple. And you want to line this up on both sides. Push it in a little bit, drop it, let it go back. Pop the pin in place. Piston cover, push it in, down, and line that hole up. Come on, baby. There we go. And it's in. And that's it. Make sure it cycles, and that's it. That is the Century Arms VZ2008, a direct clone of the CZ SAVZ58. Outstanding firearm. You can pick them up for under $600, and I think it is a well worth investment. Real quickly, two modifications I made to it. I cut off the very short right-hand bolt, cut it off, filed it down, and drilled and tapped this side of the bolt carrier, made my own bolt, threaded it, screwed it in, and welded it. So now I have a left-hand bolt, which is much easier after putting a new magazine into release. I also made my own Picatinny top rail, but there are a lot of aftermarket products out there for this firearm. Some from Northeastern Arms out of Canada and the Mako Group, and various others. So we'll see you around. I hope you like this video.